If one should go back to the Senate confirmation hearing with our new U.S. ambassador to Jamaica when she was seeking the approval to become ambassador to Jamaica, her name is Carrie Lake. And listen to what she says. What she said also really have Jamaican chomping at the bit, not trusting our government, at a loss for the real details of what is that MOU is all about. And even if given the truth, the way it was said and done and the different opinions coming out, not just the MOU but the new ambassador, she speaks of her mission in the Caribbean, Jamaica, and how the US wants to do everything to reduce the influence or get rid of the influence of China from out of Jamaica. That is going to be a very hard task. Not only that presents a reason why Jamaica is up in arms with this present government administration, but also the fact that the government is really not transparent. The government is really not transparent to the people, even though promised on the campaign trail to do so. But the hot topic of the moment is the TCN program in the form of the MOU that was agreed on between Jamaica and the US to every 2 weeks or every 10 days deportees, a 25 batch of deportees would transition through Jamaica to a third world country. But then added to that is the possibility that if anyone wants to seek asylum, then the government is up for considering that asylum proposal, and if cleared, you can be sworn in as a Jamaican citizen. Now, I know in the meantime, the US is paying for the transitional process. How much of that Jamaica is getting, we don't know. But this kind of risk, Mr. Holness, at the expense of your leadership and your party remaining in power, it must be very valuable to you to make that decision financially. The financial value of it must be good for you to make that decision. Now, when we look also at what the Minister of National Security and Peace said about the MOU understanding, and the reason for it, far different from what Ms. Lake said in her Senate confirmation hearing. Far different. And let us go back to the very beginning of how all of this came to the fore. Sorry. Let us go back and start at the very beginning of this deportee thing. The President of the United States pledged that he's going to round up the worst of the worst and deport them off to some third world country. Now let us put in open and close quotation, the worst of the worst. That rhetoric has not changed. That focus has not changed. And I'm yet to hear the Minister of National Security, Carrie Lake, the Commissioner of Police, the Brigadier, and Prime Minister. I'm yet to hear any one of you, these guys, tell Jamaica that you're not getting the worst of the worst. These are people who can apply for asylum in Jamaica and get jobs. one of the reasons given is that if these people have skills, we'd welcome them with their skill. So we'd open more doors to them, provide them jobs, and they're off to the races. But I want to take the Prime Minister back to 2024. What's said in 2024? No, the budget in 2025, not 24, the 25 budget. Let me be very correct. And the Minister of Finance, Favell Williams, and in her budget contribution, opening budget contribution, there was a lot of question asked about the employment rate. I know, and people are dying for employment, and people can't get work in Jamaica, and all of this, and all kind of things. She made the comment that there's many vacancies available. The reason why they are not filled, there are not enough trained personnel in Jamaica to fill them. Two questions comes to mind. What kind of position is she talking about? And if you want to train people to fill them, how many people is graduating from UTech, from UWI, and from other campuses across the Caribbean? How many people? Couple of months after that, the Prime Minister made it clear that a number of youths were now in training to fill those vacant positions that his own Minister of Finance said was vacant because of unskilled worker. We still have an employment problem in Jamaica, Mr. Prime Minister, so you tell me now. What sort of plans do you have in place to find jobs over these transitional deportees, over your own Jamaican people and youths who you said last year were in training to fill the position your very Minister of Finance talked about, gave us the reason why those positions were vacant and could not be filled, because there was not enough trained people to do it. Trained people to fill them. Wonder how unique those jobs are. So we're saying that coming out of the Caribbean, none of our universities were covering those kind of available vacancies, the skills or the qualification required for those jobs. So I'm wondering if this vacancy still exists, so the government would feel free to be able to offer detainees, transitional deportees, asylum, and a job. When many Jamaicans are here languishing without jobs for years. Many Jamaicans are still languishing without jobs for years. Now, here's something everybody overlooked. The transitional nature of this MOU between Jamaica and the US. I asked myself the question as because Dr. Horace Chang, the Minister of National Security, raised concerns about the transition process. When they get to Jamaica and to move to third world country, then documentation and everything has to be in all legal I's and T's has to be dotted and crossed for them to move to that other country or to their own country. So what happens if the government says, no, I'm not taking back these guys. I don't want them back here. Does the American government continue to support you to feed those guys, pay their light bill, pay the water rate for them, get them food? You get them rent, pay their rent for them until they can be on their own? What's the position on that, Mr. Prime Minister? These are things the people are overlooking in this whole MOU, understanding now. Because although they say it's a transition thing, the Minister of National Security, put the pop in all of our mouth. It's telling us to our face that they transition, the deportees transitioning from Jamaica to whichever country, depending on the paperwork that it has, if the paperwork is done and is in place for them to move, they will move. And now it is not expected that anyone should be in Jamaica for more than 10 days. How many days, I don't remember. If I stand to be corrected if it's not 10 days, he said. Except for those who are seeking asylum. Except for those who are skilled that the government need. So how many people is going to have skill, Mr. Government? How many people to be placed where? Who are these skilled people we're talking about? Engineers? IT specialists? Who are these people? Because we couldn't be talking about drug dealers and murderers, because they are the worst of the worst, and that has not changed. That focus has not changed in America. They're shipping out the worst of the worst. So what can you tell Jamaican people, Mr. Prime Minister, to ease the fear and the concern of the very people you promised that you would, if elected, you would govern in their best interest? This MOU agreement, Mr. Prime Minister, I'm just speaking, like I said, from my perspective, common sense, on the surface of it, and just listen to what everyone is saying. And you can see the disconnection between what the Minister of National Security is saying, what the U.S. Ambassador is saying, and the focus of the U.S. and all of these things. And why can't you tell the nation the details of the MOU? You're asking the nation to trust you. You're asking the nation to accept what you're doing, to believe in what you're doing. But why can't you tell the nation the details of the MOU? You said it, Mr. Prime Minister, and this is again where you try to pull the wool over people's eye to set people's mind at ease that Jamaica is the best democracy in the world. And we must trust you and believe what you said. Just like how your minister comes out to tell us a story about the MOU and you're asking Jamaican people just trust, keep quiet, relax, trust you, you know what you're doing, the government is doing the right thing for Jamaica. But you're doing the right thing for Jamaica, and the people of Jamaica have no idea what the details of the right thing are, or what details the right thing entails. They have no idea. What is happening to us here, Mr. Prime Minister? Let me not take this away from you. You're a smart man. You're an intelligent man. So too Mark Golden. You're all intelligent people. Many of your cabinet members are also intelligent people, so too on the PMP side. If not all of you guys are. Well, all of you guys are supposed to be intelligent people. But why do you wrap yourself in the sheet of misinformation? Listen, I don't understand how people put their entire character out there on a limb in the interest of a political party, in the interest of a politician, a person who can make a decision today in to better John Tom's life and make a decision the next day to deny 300, 200 people the same opportunity. How can you put your life, such trust, such confidence out there, your own character, you're sacrificing your own character at the behest of making sure a political party know you're there for them, a politician know you're at his back? When you look around you see people, you talk about poor people is suffering, poor people is suffering. The same JLP and PMP people who voted for PMP and voted for JLP are suffering. And you're calling on the Prime Minister to tell him that everybody is suffering. But remember, the everybody you're talking about, some voted for PMP, some voted for JLP. And I always ask this question of people. How do you know everybody is suffering? How do you know that? It's a very simple question, you know. A lot of us overlook it. People are suffering, people this, people are that. When last does the government publish any measurement, any findings, and what percentage of the society is living under the below poverty line? What percentage of the nation is living on the poverty line? And what percentage of the nation is vulnerable to poverty? Now, when we throw the term out there, everybody is suffering because of Andrew illness. Now, if we're going to say these things, then we need to support what we're saying with evidence, or the lack of evidence. Force the government to prove to us that what we're saying, we are lying about it. Not just to sensationalize what we're saying, because we all know how we Jamaicans are. Once a matter is sensationalized, that's absolutely great for us. Because we love sensationalism, to say, you know what? Yes, man, I love how them this up and disrespect Juliet Wellness. And so Damian Crawford put Andrew Wellness in place. Come on, people. How does that make sense? Just to sensationalize an issue. Damon Crawford made a comment and get up in Parliament and made a presentation about something. And we say, put the Prime Minister in place. Put Prime Minister in place. You sensationalize what your own party member is saying. Why? You're also making a mockery of the man who is making his presentation, because he's serious about what he's saying. But to make it seem nice to you, you sensationalize it. Some of us sensationalize these things and put it out there. Ladies and gentlemen, just want to use this opportunity once again to say, and I'm pleading to Jamaicans, how long? Ask yourself the question, how long can we continue like this? There's no way we can continue on this path. You understand? There's no way we can continue. We now need to wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Get a grip of ourselves. Why can't we? Why can't we defend Jamaica? One Jamaica, not PMP Jamaica, not JLP Jamaica. Not to defend Jamaica from a JLP perspective or a PMP perspective, but to defend Jamaica from a Jamaican perspective, from the development and growth of all Jamaicans, a better quality of life for our people. We deserve it. Too many people have been suffering too long and a struggle. While we're out there assassinate each other in the name of PMP and in the name of JLP. And sometimes both people who are doing it is having a hard life. When people get up and say, boy, I'd rather dead if you're hungry than take a JLP job. I'd rather me drop down dead and not eat nothing than a PMP take $1 from PMP to buy food. What kind of stupidity is this? I want to use this opportunity to call on the government though. And the leader, the government and the opposition party, the PMP, both JLP and PMP. When I use this opportunity to call and use guys that, listen, you guys know I've got to bring some ethical standard about how people address as politicians in the country of Jamaica. Because honestly, you may not see it. Some of us who are having the spotlight shine on us because of the way things are going right now. So we don't think about what may happen tomorrow. But I heard Cliff Hughes on his program, Cliff Hughes, begging Jamaica to stop this derogatory, disrespectful, dishonest way of talking about our politicians and describing them and addressing issues. Bring some sense, some decency and respect to the whole discussion. Because most of you guys today never experienced the 70s and the 80s. A lot of you guys, and Cliff Hughes is begging you, don't let it get back there. In the 80s, there were no automatic. In the 70s and early 80s, there was no automatic weapons at the time. Only in the army. So people were not exposed. A lot of people were not exposed to these automatic high-powered weapons now that they are exposed to. So a lot of fire burn used to happen. People used to burn out people, burn down your house and shoot you. Yes, one and a couple of people have gone, but it wasn't as prolific. The proliferation of guns wasn't what it is back then as it is now. Some man don't have to light your house. If him light your house for you to run out. And we don't want to see the politics get back to that level. We don't want to see it get back there. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Lenny Robbins YouTube channel. I'm asking you again, if you haven't subscribed as yet, please subscribe to the channel. And leave a comment. Don't be afraid to leave a comment on what is happening here. If we are making sense, we are not making sense. If you don't understand what we are saying, just say, I don't understand what is happening. But leave some comment. Because we alone can grow it. We alone can make it any better. We are trying to get some research done into what is happening in our own parliament back in Jamaica. But I think because we're not yet a name brand or a big name platform, we are getting some pushback, but quietly we're getting some pushback on all of these things. And we're trying to get through to some government agencies and all of these things to see if we can get some information. But like I said, we're not the big name platform out there, channel out there. So we're getting a few pushbacks, but that's fine. That's fine. We're good. I mean, nothing's going to happen overnight. Nothing's going to happen overnight. I also think I'm moving this thing to reporting format, where a live reporting format, but I don't know. I'd like to touch base with the appropriate government agency to determine whether or not we're going to need a license to do this, because I would like to become what is called a roving reporting. I mean, whether you want to call it a station or a channel, we'd like to become a roving reporting channel right across Jamaica. We can rove we have mobile. We are mobile in the eastern side of Jamaica, mobile in central Jamaica, mobile in western Jamaica, and at the same time, we're doing some other underground spot thing. So we don't know if we're gonna have to get a license for that, but we want to talk to the right government agencies and see how we move forward with that, because we want to grow this platform, and it is my intent, our intent here, to do everything to hold our government to their campaign promises. Call them out when they failed. Explain to them what we think is wrong, without fear, favor, malice, or ill will to any government, any minister, any party. To watch what they do, know your politics. Let's come together to create a wonderful, better understanding for each other by watching what our politicians do and what they say. Because that's the only way we can hold them responsible and call them out. We want to grow this channel. Like I said, we want to do what we want to do with it. We have a grandiose plan for it. Slowly putting the pieces together. It's going to take some time, because all we're doing it for the interest and the interest of Jamaica. Wherever it takes us, it takes us. But we want to make sure that we owe no allegiance to no politicians and no political party. We have no problem to bring political parties live. We have no problem to sit with PMP or JLP together, do a quick interview, quick synopsis. We have no problem to sit with anyone. Any party, any member of any political party, whether PMP, JLP, UIC, or some other political parties. We have no problem to sit with people, because we want to get every perspective out there. And there are some people, some political parties in Jamaica have no idea that they exist. So we want to do everything to get everyone out there, so Jamaica know that there are other political parties in the background. Small ones, not loud, not getting any traction, but they're there. We want to bring them to the fore too. Because we want to let the duopoly political system that controls Jamaica to understand. We want to let them understand that if they don't up their game, then we have no problem to move to another party. Ladies and gentlemen, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, click on that notification bell. We're asking you. We're moving very, very slower than a turtle, but that's all right. That's all right. We have all the time in the world. We have all the time in the world to grow this channel the way we want to grow it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again. Blessed love to all Jamaicans. Know your politics. Let's come together for a better understanding.